Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, Chris, have you put on real pants at all today? And the answer is no, I have not. I am wearing pants, but my pajama bottoms! I even went out in public, and will go out in public again today wearing these pajamas. Because I can, and I'm going to try to start a trend here, the pajamas in public. I don't know if it's going to catch on, but I tell you, these are very comfortable. A little warm, but still very, very comfortable. I even showered today, so it's not like I, went out all scummy and everything. I mean, I'm clean. It's just that I'm wearing these very, very comfortable Star Wars labeled with Darth Vader Stormtrooper pants. Okay, maybe you didn't want an answer to that question. Do you want an answer to the question, how many patrons do we have today? 958 as of the July 30th in the year 2014 day. Don't you just love live videos? Very, very happy about this. We are inching our way. Really, let's go ahead and be like the rest of the world for a moment. We are centimetering our way, millimetering our way to 1,000 true patrons, and we'll get there in no time at all. Again, thanks to the support of our community. Very happy to be at this place in time, and am really grateful to be able to spend this time with you, talking about the things that are on my radar. Today, as I look in the comments, yep, everybody's tuned in. You can tune in live if you want. Control your DSLR camera with your iPhone, 60% off. So if you have a DSLR, you have an iPhone, chances are you may want this particular ability to control. I mean, unless you want your DSLR over here, you want your iPhone there, you don't want the two to mix, well, then you're not interested. But if you are interested in that type of functionality, you can unlock it at 60% off. More information at deals.lockergnome.com. I referenced the other day, and I've talked about it before, I'm very much looking forward to the time when driverless cars exist. I mean, they do exist, but I mean, like, they're out there. I'm a huge fan of the idea of... This is a bad sign. I shouldn't be yawning at the beginning of the broadcast. So I don't know why I get yawny. Not Yanni. Yawny. I don't know why. It's weird. It's been happening for years. I don't think I'm boring myself. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Either way, a hot topic. Driverless cars, the idea of getting into a vehicle and not having to worry about, how to control a vehicle, park the vehicle, anything. We're getting there. And really, you want to talk about millimetering our way. This is more like kilometering or kilometering our way towards a driverless car society. And I know some car enthusiasts are going to be really pissed off about it, but they're probably the same PC enthusiasts that are pissed off that the market's kind of slipping away, kinda. I'll get to that in a later point in this broadcast, actually. So the UK has launched a driverless car campaign, and they're pushing for this, and I think for semi-obvious reasons. One, cost. Two, infrastructure. Three, you want to talk about decreasing the possibility of people dying on the road. A lot of mistakes are, yes, they can come about because of mechanical failures, but I would go as far as to say that a lot of mistakes that happen that result in deaths are related to people. In fact, one of the number one killers these days is distracted driving. Well, you can single-handedly wipe out any kind of distracted driving if you're not driving, if the vehicle's doing what it needs to do. And I would say in most situations, I would think you would be in a safer situation with everybody on the road in a self-driving vehicle rather than some people on the road self-driving, other people on the road, the cars driving. I mean, I don't think we want it mixed. I think we want it all or nothing. Otherwise, I think you're just going to have, potentially some idiots who think they know better than the car, which is 9 times out of 10 the case. You've seen road rage, but imagine, if you're a big car enthusiast and you see someone in a self-driving car and you got angry and you decided to run them off the road. I don't know how the self-driving car would necessarily respond to that. I don't know if there's like an automatic, oh yeah, that's another thing that would disappear. The flipping off. Who would you need to flip off? at that point. You stupid self-driving car. I'm not going to stick up any fingers here. In the UK, it's this, only the other side of my hand. I'm savvy there. See, I can speak multiple languages. Don't know if you knew that. So I'm very happy to hear that the UK is embracing this, and this is I think it's the future. I mean, it's present, but I think that it's we're almost there now. I mean, my vehicle has the ability to automatically detect when there's a car ahead of it or a vehicle ahead of it, not just a car like motorcycle or even bicycle. Knows something's ahead of it and will slow down accordingly, keeping a safe distance. There are all sorts of mechanics in the car that are working anyway, and I guess, it's just the end of an era. I believe that when baby Pirillo is grown up and driving a car, potentially driving a car, they won't have to drive a car. They'll be in a car. They'll ride in a car. I think 16 years from now, self-driving cars will be the norm. That's a pretty bold prediction, but I think it is absolutely realistic. I think we'll make our way there. And with that, we'll probably see the decline maybe would we see the decline of gas prices? Well, we may see a decline in the reliance on gas, which is great. We'll also think about this. If it's a self-driving vehicle, do we really need automobile insurance? Just think about that. I don't know. I think they're going to have to adapt and could no longer charge us exorbitant rates to protect ourselves and protect our vehicles because, everything's controlled by the cloud and the computer, and I'm sure we'll have other headaches to deal with. But the big news, I think, today in terms of self-driving cars is that the UK has launched a campaign to drive towards that future. If you're a gamer and you live in China, you're probably not watching this video. But the Xbox One is set to launch in China on September 23rd for $600. That's my brother's birthday. Ben, you can wish him a happy birthday on September 23rd, when it rolls around. I'm about to yawn again. Okay, it's going on history as the most boring TLDR anybody's ever watched. Why am I yawning? Why do people yawn? Why? Am I not catching my breath? Is that... Something's going on. I don't know. My body. You turn 41 and you start falling apart. So that should influence Xbox One numbers there in China. I'm assuming there's some pent-up demand, at least a small amount, for the Xbox One. Of course, Microsoft, as has been reported, has seen an uptick in sales after it dropped the price. That kind of, went without saying, or I thought it'd go without saying. You drop the price on something, usually you'll sell more, of those units. I've still not felt the need to upgrade the only game console we have in the house now. We only have one traditional game console. That would be the Xbox 360 that I had when Major Nelson came over on a podcast eons ago and gave me the faceplate for it. It's a special faceplate, and I still have it right there on that Xbox. So, hardware, in the vein of hardware and not gaming, there is the thing that I was talking about in the vlogs for quite some time. Now, I realize not everybody who watches these videos watches the vlogs, but I was talking about Harry's.com. The thing that the razor blade, you get cheap, not just cheap blades, but blades that work well on a regular basis. I am someone who is used to shaving by way of an electric razor. But if you would rather have blades shipped to you, and a lot of people do this, including my brother-in-law, and he had been using Harry's.com for quite some time. But apparently, and I didn't realize this when I was doing the vlogs, but it is true, you can get $5 off if you go to Harry's.com, use the code LockerGnome. So if you're a guy and you shave and you're looking for discounts, Harry's.com, coupon code LockerGnome, $5 off. It's kind of like I don't know. Some people like it that way, some people like it the other way. I'm coming around to the idea because I really like the way I feel like after I shaved with their blades really, because it was more than one blade on the shaver, the razor blade shaver. It's an electric shaver, not an electric razor, right? That's shaver, razor. I always seem to intermix those words. And by the way, I got more word crimes coming down the pike here in today's video too. I'm not there yet. I really like the fact that I'd shaved using shaving cream and Harry's.com blades for the first time in the longest time. And what came out of it was fascinating. I felt like I didn't need to shave as soon as I normally feel like I have to shave in between the times that I shave with an electric razor. I don't know why. So it may have been a closer shave, it may have been a better shave, but however I shaved, I think my face was definitely compatible, and Diana agrees. As she said in the vlog, it's as smooth as a baby's butt. And I informed her that I do not plan on shaving our baby's butt.
No.
And I hope not. Oh, yesterday, okay, I got a letter to the editor. Some random Italian on Twitter, he got mad at me. He got offended.
Oh, no.
An Italian got offended because I say I offend people because I'm Italian. So he got offended by the fact that I said I offend people because I'm Italian. Because he's Italian. And he was offended by and I think he was serious. I think he was genuinely offended. He says, you can't say that. You're more American than you are Italian. That offends me. You know, like, well, he was offended. But that was kind of the whole point, you know? I'm like, don't make it sound like Italians are... Some people. You gotta take me with a grain of salt, man. You gotta take me with a grain of salt and a swig of whatever the hell Diana brought up with the gigantic... How'd you get the ice cube in there? Why did you just fart at me? It's like a ship in the bottle. How'd you do that?
It's magic.
You see that? She got an ice cube in a bottle. Yeah. Can I drink this?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if this was like a biology botulism experiment or something. I better find out before I put it in my mouth, huh?
It can explode. That's actually not ice. What?
Doesn't taste like water.
No, it's sparkling water.
Is it mineral water or sparkling water?
I think sparkling. What's the difference?
One has minerals, the other has sparkles. Why do you think they call it what they call it? Now that's offensive.
Yeah.
Best Buy! Just in case, you still go to Best Buy. And you might, and I do. I admit I do. And just because there's times that I need something, and I know they might have it, and inevitably they don't. Usually, I don't need another iPhone case. Thank you very much. So, the CEO of Best Buy basically came out and said tablet sales are crashing, but PC sales were up. It doesn't surprise me that tablet sales don't seem to be doing well. If only, and I don't know, when you say tablet sales, what are you talking about? Are you talking about anything not iPad? Are you talking iPad plus everything else? What are you talking about? What's that mean? Tablet sales crashing only at Best Buy? Is it because people are buying them online? Is it because people are buying them in other stores? But I do believe that, I don't want to call it tablet fatigue, but when you have a tablet that's working very well and you see no reason to upgrade, you may have that tablet for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, until it breaks. Then you'll upgrade. I mean, and I think people, or at least the industry expected that. I'm sorry, I was looking at my microphone there for a second. I think the industry expected that people would be constantly upgrading their tablets, like they upgrade smartphones. It doesn't work that way. I'm the kind of person who upgrades my tablets on a regular basis, though. That's just me. Am I the only one who upgrades tablets on a consistent basis? I know Diana kind of, you don't. But you're not the edge user, really. And that's really the what it kind of boils down to is most people don't need to upgrade, but maybe once every 4 years. I think it's a good cycle for a tablet, minus anything that is like a massive departure from what you already have. I think the iPad 2 was about the strongest iPad that Apple's had, if only because it was the first iPad with the camera, as you guys might remember. That was kind of exciting news for all of us classic iPad users. That was the big news. Oh, we can get a camera that nobody uses, really, except for FaceTime. Believe it or not, I have problems on my Mac Pro. A full computer, 6 years old though. I had issues with FaceTime. I don't think that's FaceTime's fault necessarily. I have no problem on the iPad for whatever reason. So it's a newer type of computer, slimmer computer, but in many ways more powerful than the classic computer. It just depends on what you're trying to do with your computer in general. So it doesn't surprise me that the Best Buy CEO would say tablet sales are crashing, but in terms of a qualification, I would wonder which tablet he's talking about, and if it was inclusive of Apple's tablet, which seems to be the exception to the rule. In related news, Radio Shack. You ever been to Radio Shack?
A long time ago. I think.
For what?
My parents bought me this Barbie Jeep, like an electric Jeep. We got it there.
At radio. So that's Radio Shack. So what does Radio Shack mean to you?
It means...
This is going to be very telling.
Radio Radio Shack means you can buy parts for things.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. You can get a lot of parts there and other things. I shopped at Radio Shack a few weeks ago. Found a part that I did need.
Oh, yeah.
An accessory, yes. But apparently they're about to run out of cash and may have failed to turn themselves around. Radio Shacks may be a thing of the past.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. So I never like to hear that a lot of these companies go out of business. And Radio Shack's been around for as long as I can remember. Kind of fun, for little electronic parts, and it's where I've used them. Specifically getting parts for things. Now, speaking of Barbies, told you this, and I was reading this article. It was fascinating to me. Barbie apparently has been in an 8-quarter slump.
Yeah.
Girls who love Barbie, or at least the girl demographic, used to love Barbie. That was the thing, right? Apparently, no longer buying Barbie. 8 quarters in a row. Barbie's tanking.
Yeah. Well,
because go ahead.
In my day, all there was Barbie.
Right.
So now there's so much competition.
It's it's not just competition, it's the type of competition that I found fascinating. Apparently girls are I guess being driven more towards something called Monsters High?
Oh.
Not Monsters Inc. Monsters it's a series of dolls, but each doll different, kind of edgy, but they have a backstory. And Barbie really doesn't have a backstory. I mean, she she needs to pick a career. Is all I got to say about Barbie. It just doesn't surprise me.
Did you ever see the pregnant Barbie?
Did they release that?
I think.
I don't think I remember. I just remember looking at the dolls going, because you're a boy, you're curious, you're going, and then you strip Ken and wonder what the hell's wrong with you. In every way.
In every way.
I'm like, well, I don't look like that. I think Barbie, the whole series was great at giving me complexes. That's so Barbie, ripe for a reboot. 8 quarters in a row. I just can't believe that. I don't care. I mean, ultimately, I don't care. I'm not a Barbie collector. I've never been fascinated with dolls. Just action figures. Like this one. It was on clearance. Got it for over 50% off yesterday. The cool thing, the reason why I got it for cheap, this Darth Vader, is because it's actually Anakin Skywalker, which nobody wants. No, seriously, this is horrible. And what you can do is you can take off the helmet for this thing, and then as soon as you listen. The sound that it makes when you put the helmet on is in the movie. That is kind of neat. But I'm glad I only got it for $8 because I wasn't going to pay full price for anything. So let's go ahead and flip through the list of patrons. This list is going to change within the next 10 days as we have more patrons at this level coming in. Make sure that your pledges are up to date, everybody out there, even though I've got Darth Vader for me. Make sure your pledges are up to date. Do that or I shall strike you down. Let's go ahead and press the play button. We need music, our own music to play when this stuff is going, speaking of VeriCoin.info, I'm having a hangout with them tomorrow. And then, later tonight, I'm having another patron hangout. I'm doing 4 hangouts this week. 3 with patrons, and then this other one with VeriCoin, one of our top patrons. I'm all about video this week. Yeah. Even though I'm yawning all the way through. For some reason, I was yawning at the beginning of this broadcast. I bore myself. I just can't figure out why.
Maybe the heat.
The heat makes you yawn?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm doing something bad. I'm kind of hiding.
We saw it.
It's my 40 of mineral sparkle water. That's a 40? Is this a 40?
Well, some people don't like it when you drink on camera.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I've just...
When I drink?
No, when people...
Probably because the sound... Because bodies, let's admit it, make really disgusting sounds. Yeah. Well, if the sound was more like that, I think people would be happier. Then people would be thrilled. If it sounded like that when I drank...
Mm-hmm. I don't mind it. It makes me want to drink.
Well, I think that's what happens. I take a drink, everybody... But that's the problem, is I was yawning, and I think everybody else took a yawn, too. Oh. Took a yawn... Left a yawn... Made a yawn, did a yawn, yawned. yawned. I don't know how it goes. How that goes. Mario Kart 8. This was I wouldn't say Nintendo's Hail Mary pass, but they were hoping it was going to spur sales of the Wii U. Well, no. A lot of people, millions, a couple million really, bought Mario Kart 8, but most of them were existing Wii U users. So, Nintendo's got to probably talk to the people who work with Barbie and come out with a Barbie edition of Wii U. Maybe that'll help both camps. I doubt it. I still believe Nintendo saved their bacon. Oh, what happened to my light? My lightsaber broke.
It did.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it broke. Oh, thank God I got this for cheap. Oh, here, let me. I got it. It's in. It's fixed. I got it. It's fixed. I got Vader's thing. It's sticking up now. It's fine. Everything's normal. How are you? So anyway, I think that Nintendo really needs to investigate the idea of licensing their titles and their characters, and I think that's what's going to allow them to survive. I think the day of a Nintendo console is long gone, and maybe there's a possibility they can find a salvation in an existing platform to modify it to their own needs. But I think that I think it's game over for Nintendo, at least for what it has been. I think there's a place for what Nintendo has done, but it's just I don't think it's going to come back. I got no horse in this race. I don't care. I would want them to come back. I love Nintendo. The NES was like one of my first gaming systems. The Atari 2600 was, I guess, our family's first. Speaking of, you know how I've got the Atari 2600, the wireless, the flashback? I did a video on it a long time ago. Love it, because I love classic gaming. But ColecoVision is going to be releasing a flashback console later this year. So if you had a ColecoVision, get excited, because the ColecoVision is coming back. It's not going to be a hot seller or anything, but it's more for nostalgic purposes. I thought that was that wasn't news that I planned on covering today, but I still thought it was fascinating. Hang on. Okay, go. Yes. We're good. By the way, people keep asking, even though I've answered this question like in every other video, Electric Sheep. That's the name of the screensaver. There we go. Now, if someone asks me on Twitter, I'm going to ignore it. That's what I have to do. People ask me questions that I answer. It's like I can't. I'm not a walking fact. I'm a walking Pirillo. That's what I do. So another bit of news. You can now donate to Wikipedia with Bitcoin. You want to donate? You can. You don't need to donate cash or real money. Bitcoin is real money. It is absolutely real. It's a currency that is accepted. So I'm not slagging it at all. I'm just saying that if you have Bitcoin, you want to help Wikipedia, you can with this new conduit, and it makes sense to me. So I think it's great that Wikipedia is now taking Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is not going away anytime soon, and of course the cryptocurrency industry, market, or genre, what would you call it? The whole fascination is definitely not going away, and I think Bitcoin has pretty much found its place in history, if only as the first massively adopted cryptocurrency. So it's good news that you can now give your Bitcoin, if you want, to Wikipedia, or the Wikimedia Foundation. Wikipedia is what most people know. Daniel Harris, a patron, asked me in a private message, and I think he's interested really in everybody's opinion here, PS3 or PS4. Now, it sounded to me, and everything that Daniel was suggesting, I think he's leaning towards a PS3. I think that's what he wants. He had a PS3, he had a PS2 and it broke? He had an older a PlayStation from Sony, that broke, and is looking for either a PS3 or a PS4. The reason why he'd want a PS3 is specifically because of the exclusives. And plus he could save money. And I think, and I answered Daniel this way, I think what he is looking for, because of those two reasons, price and what the PS3 has to offer, I think he'd be happy with the PS3, probably more so than a PS4. Because when people ask me a question, what should I buy, I always read between the lines, and I'll respond with a response. I'll respond the first time, and the person will come back with a further qualification, further indicating what their choice is, what they're leaning to. At which point I say, well, you've already answered your own question. And I think that Daniel is leaning towards a PS3 for those reasons. But maybe you guys and gals have another reason that he might want to spring for the PS4 instead of going with the PS3. I think he wants a PS3. I do. And I think that's what he's likely going to get. But that was my response, and I thought Daniel might want the information or knowledge, wisdom from the crowd, not just my opinion. Steve Boss just became a patron today, and he asked a question I'll be answering at length next week, but he asked, when will relying on technology for convenience become too much? Now, this is something that I would be interested in your answer for, Diana. Mm-hmm. When do you think, technology is too convenient? Do you think it's ever going to reach that point, if it's not already there?
It might. I don't think so. For me, no.
Why?
Because I feel like it's made everything so easy.
Has it made it too easy, though? Has technology made it too convenient?
There's no such thing. It's too easy. It can always be easier.
Yeah, exactly. All right, before I forget, because I have this later on. Okay, I'm going to get these two things out of the way. Or should I? Yeah, no, I'm okay. We're talking about convenience and everything. I'm gonna mention it now. I found out because I guess they just updated the app today. I drink my coffee every day. I have like a single cup of coffee. It's a big cup of coffee, but it's a good cup of coffee. That's the key. It's good. I don't need a lot. I don't need volume. I just need one good cup of coffee. Maybe that's what's causing me to yawn. One strong cup of coffee. Maybe I've had too much that I've gone the other way.
Oh, yeah.
I use the AeroPress with $25. If you ever buy one, just go through my link. I'll get the credit for it. But they've got this app, not AeroPress, not the company that makes the AeroPress. Very, very affordable. Best coffee I've had in my entire life out of the house. Really, almost anywhere. I prefer that coffee from just about... I didn't even travel with the AeroPress. So what they have here are recipes for different... Okay, hang on. No, I don't want to buy that. Okay, standard recipes. So if I tap it, I can scroll through and I can choose the classic. And then what it does is it shows you what you can do at each step. At each step, you need it'll say the brewing method, coffee volume, coffee grind, water volume, total time, and then you could get a preview of how much time you spend on each particular part of the process. And by going this route with the AeroPress, you can effectively take the same bean and get different flavor from it. And it's true that really can happen. So much can influence the flavor of your coffee when you make it. I mean, not every coffee machine was built alike, and not every process is the same. So I found that it's free. You saw there's apparently an in-app purchase, which may be valuable if I wanted to experiment more. But I'm what I'm interested in is playing around with it, because I have a certain way of doing it the way I do it.
Oopsie.
So that's Pixie down there. Wicket doesn't like that sound. I don't know. He may already be in the closet.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that sound. So anyway, I thought it was if you have an AeroPress or we're thinking about it, there's a free app conduit with in-app purchases you can get right now. You don't have to purchase everything, because obviously I got to this particular recipe pretty quickly without paying for anything. But simple, clean, straightforward. There's an app. Too convenient? Nay. I say it's a great addition if you happen to also be a fan of the AeroPress, which I am. So I almost want to say that. Oh, I'm almost out of time. Well, I don't want to... There's one really big story that I was leading up to, but I have a feeling I'm going to lead with this story tomorrow. I'm going to lead with something really big tomorrow. Okay? I promise you this. And I'm not doing this intentionally. It's just this how the TLDR evolved. Really big news story, and it's something that should influence the way that you read every single report and news article or anything coming out of the industry from this point forward, including information that I may have shared at some point in the past. If you want a sneak preview, you can go read my tweet stream today, and it'll be clear as day what I'm referring to. But either way, I plan on tackling that probably at length in tomorrow's TLDR, because I think it deserves a lot of attention. I thought I'd get to it quicker, but apparently not. So, two things before I leave you today, for at least this particular broadcast. Russia, get this, Russia is requesting that Apple provide access to its source code. Good luck with that, Russia. I don't think it's going to happen. Because, they want to make sure that Apple's not spying on them. Like, if I was Apple, I wouldn't do it. I'm not Apple, and I don't think you're going to do it, but... Are you kidding? No. No is the answer there. And hopefully they won't, because if they did, I guarantee it would leak. I guarantee. Guaranteed. And I think that's exactly why they probably wouldn't do it. But even if it was the U.S. demanding it, I don't think Apple would ever do such a thing. So good luck, Russia. I don't think it's going to happen. Now, the last bit of news is a little lighthearted, but it's also really kind of... How do I explain this? When I read this news... Hun, listen to me here for a second. I know you want to pay attention to something else right now. How bored are you with what... You're sitting right here, you're my wife, and you're already reading other news. Are you reading about the fight between Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom?
Oh, I didn't know they had a fight.
Are you kidding me? Biebs... He even posted on Instagram. He's trolling Orlando Bloom.
Is it because Orlando? There's a picture of Orlando and Selena.
Just not just a picture, because apparently Orlando was with Selena, but this was after the Biebs was with Miranda. Was that yeah? So they partied down. They got real close, and apparently there's a fight that broke out between them yesterday. So the Biebs himself. This is not where I'm going with this. I was just trying to get her attention, folks.
I know I was working.
Working?
Yeah, on the paperwork stuff.
Oh, on the paperwork stuff. On her phone. This is her paperwork. We don't have any printed materials in the house. Still, I refuse to spend $70 on this yellow ink cartridge that I need to make a printer work. You want to talk about cheap. So, anyway, now that I got your attention and showed that I have an interest in the things that you're interested in, even though I don't. It's only because Orlando played Legolas.
Oh.
In The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and plus he was also in Pirates of the Caribbean, which I also enjoyed as a fantasy. So my head literally exploded when I read some news.
No, it didn't.
What do you mean? No, it didn't.
It's still there.
That's the thing. Literally now has a new unofficial definition officially.
Really?
Informal use of literally can now mean figuratively.
Really?
Yes.
What does Weird Al think about this?
I'm sure he is pissed. He's going to have to rewrite the entire song Word Crimes and Sports Song.
Wow.
But he's correct. Al is still correct, but apparently it is now accepted in an informal use. The word literally can now mean that everybody who's been abusing that word for a number of years is now correct in abusing that word. Don't you just love the English language? At least we don't have the letter che.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Well, I remember when Bootylicious became a word.
Isn't that a rapper?
No.
Sounds like a rapper.
Bootylicious.
What am I thinking of? Isn't there a booty something? Who's the booty rapper? Do I need to narrow it down a bit? So anyway, before I, display my lack of musical knowledge, or continue to, I should say, literally, now can also informally mean figuratively. Officially, by dictionary.
I literally turned purple.
But you didn't. So, if you're using it, sarcastically, that's how you get away with it, basically.
Yeah, I literally died.
Yeah, but you didn't. You figuratively died, but no one uses that. So if you're doing it sarcastically, you can get away with it. But if you're saying it and you mean figuratively, you're still an idiot. I'm sorry, I'm going to paint you as an idiot. Don't even get me started on the Oxford comma. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave it today. Can you believe that? I got all these links for everybody in the video's description too, or most of them, I guess, for the stories that need links. Today's separate Q&A with you and me video will be streamed live here in a few minutes, so you can jump over to that if you have the link. How do you stay positive and enthusiastic? That's the answer I will be providing, or at least the question that I'll be answering tomorrow. There's one more product view, I guess, before we go. I wanted to give a shout out to Peter Hutchinson. Thank you, Peter. I think I not accidentally, but I wanted to research these. I added these to either the registry or our wish list. These are safety first magnetic locking systems. These are kind of a geeky way of locking down cabinets. So effectively, you put these little devices on the inside of the cabinets, and then this magnetic key, will slide the magnet up or down to lock or unlock the door. kind of neat until the baby, who's going to be a genius, figures out, oh, I just need a key, or I just use any magnet, you know, and then I can I can open the cabinets.
Like
so
6 months, it'll be
exactly, we're gonna give birth to a genius. I just mark my words. Anyway, nice little gadget for new time. I'm looking for these type of things, geeky gadgets for parents, because I haven't found enough of them. Got to be careful not to place that anywhere dangerous, because those are magnets. You don't want to put them anywhere near anything that's magnetic media. Could destroy it. So thank you, Peter, for that. We really appreciate it. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. Thanks again for, if you did, appreciating the effort enough to like, comment, share, subscribe, watch even more of our videos right now. Be a patron. Become one. Stay with us. We're millimetering our way to 1,000 true patrons. We really do appreciate the support that you guys give us every day, the time that you give us, not just here, but also in the vlog YouTube channel, where our story unfolds every day, and it's about to undergo a radical transformation. You know, you're going to see me yawn a lot in the coming months. I was up till 8 in the morning. You know, I couldn't sleep. 8 in the morning, up till 8 in the morning. Can you believe that? She didn't. Diana didn't sleep at all.
Oh, I know. I woke you up. I think
you did?
Because I burped.
That's awesome.
And you were like, you moved.
I don't. Maybe I was going for my recorder, because that's what I want. I want to record that.
Oh, I had horrible acid reflux.
A burping wife. This is the good reason to get your wife pregnant. She'll burp.
Mm-hmm.
Normally she wouldn't.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Big time. So on that note, thanks again, everybody. We really appreciate the support. We'll see you later.